Good morning and happy Thursday. So how'd you guys do working on some of your anchors? So let's do a little bit more of that. So these NLP techniques are wonderful for utilizing things that are already around in addition to creating things that are already around. How about a sip of coffee? So if you've already got some anchors that you utilize, you can make them better by using some of this stuff. What we've been doing is creating new anchors and getting rid of old anchors. So let's do this. Let's take something that is a bad memory, is a bad anchor, and let's just play with me a little bit here with some of this stuff. So let's take it and let's make it a picture that is in front of you and put it a little bit far away, not super far away, but put it in front of you somewhat far away. Have it be color, have it be in focus, but just kind of keep it in front of you. But off in the sorry about that, internet stopped. Take that picture and bring it in closer. Remember now, this is something that we don't like. Bring it in closer so it's right in front of you. And make it in color. And now make it moving. And now step inside of it. And now how does that memory feel? This is what we do to ourselves a lot, is we take something that we did wrong, or we take a mistake, we take a failure, and we relive it over and over and over again, and we step into it and experience it. And this is also what we do with our problems a great deal. One of our crew leaders that I used to have, Steve Linder, used to do a great metaphor about people and how they deal with their problems. In fact, I'll do that tomorrow. But this is a lot of what we do, is we take things that have happened in the past that were bad, that we can learn lessons from, but were not good experiences, and we put them right in front of us, and we make them in color, and we make them moving, and we step in and experience it. The other thing that we'll do is we'll, out of fear, look at something not working. We'll look at something that could happen in the future that'll go badly. And this is what we do. We step into it and we focus on it. And even though this has not happened, we're reliving it as though it has. And remember, when you visualize in great detail, your brain doesn't know the difference between doing that and having the actual experience. That's why, if you recall, weeks ago, we did a visualization process that showed you how if you just visualize your future, you're actually creating the future in advance, because your brain doesn't know any different. The Romanians, when they got really good at gymnastics and won the Olympics, they did that not only by working their tails off and getting incredibly good, but they would sit for an hour every day and visualize themselves getting perfect tens while they were doing all of their different activities in gymnastics. They would get 10 after 10 after 10 after 10. Roger Bannister, that's how he saw himself breaking the 4-minute mile. He visualized himself again and again and again crossing that finish line in less than 4 minutes. What we have a tendency to do is, out of fear, think about all of the things that can go wrong, or take something that happened in the past that was wrong, and we do that same thing. We visualize it over and over and over again, and we relive it. And that's how we do it, is we create a picture, and we step into it, and it's moving. So let's get rid of that. Take that picture and do what we did yesterday. Push it away from you and push it out, away. And now make it black and white instead of color. And now make it dim, dark, and defocused. and make it so it's not moving. And now, take that picture and put it behind you in your past and fling it away. Now, do you feel differently than you did before? So let's do a good one. Let's go to a good memory and let's put it in front of us. Take a memory of some time of something, and it can be anything. It can be a success. It can be just a time when you were laughing and happy with friends. It can be at a time when you felt incredibly close with your significant other or with a child, whatever. But bring that memory back in front of you and make it big and bright and full of color. And then have it come right up to your face, and it's all around, and it's moving, and it's happening. And see that experience. And then step into it as though you're part of that experience right now. You're reliving it right now. You're reliving that moment. Hear the sounds, smell the smells that were happening at that time. Put a smile on your face. Now, how do you feel? Do this. Think of the voice of the person that you're most attracted to. Think of a moment in time when you had a voice that was incredibly exciting. And put the voice in front of you and have the voice talking to you from in front of you. What's it say? And how does it sound? And how does that make you feel? And now let's move it around and see if it makes a difference. Take that voice, incredibly sexy voice, put it in one ear. And have it say something that you would really like it to say. Now let's put it in the other ear. Have it talk to you in the other ear. Incredibly exciting voice. Now, try this. Take that voice and put it right behind you, right behind your head. What's it say? And how does that make you feel? If you're willing, put up something and say where the voice impacted you the most. Everybody's different. A lot of people behind them is really a big one. It depends. Now, in just a couple of minutes, how did we change how we felt? How do you feel now compared to how you did just a couple of minutes ago? And all we did was focus on certain things and then experience them. This is the power of the mind. And what happens to us is there are a lot of people out there that know how to use these technologies. Advertisers do this to you all the time. This is how they get your attention, and this is how they get you to think about their product. And they do it in lots of different ways. You know, American Express for a long time, their sales pitch was that it was a young couple and their luggage got lost, and it didn't matter because they had the American Express, and so they could just go do whatever they want. So the American Express clearly was going for freedom. If you've got American Express, you've got freedom. MasterCard went for we're there when you need us, because their ad was, Dad has a heart attack, mom's sick, I was at my limit, I needed to get on an airplane so I could get to them, so I called MasterCard, they upped my limit so that I could get there. So they went for a there when you need us. But all of these things, they're using anchors. They're using anchors in order to get an emotional response so that you'll get invested in their product. And you can use this stuff on yourself all day long. If you're having a bad day, if you're not feeling like you want, you can stop and feel these memories and move them around and figure out where they work best for you. For some people, they want the memory to be a little bit in the distance, and they look at it and they hear it. Some people are more audio. Some people are more kinesthetic. They want to step into it and feel it. Some people are more visual. They want it to be all around them. Where does it work for you? And figure out those particular ideas. And then, if you're at a point where you're feeling frustrated, you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling tired, you can stop and do these things, and you can change how you feel in an instant. Now, you still got to do things to make it be long-term, and you still got to condition yourself. But if you want to have the future that you want, this is the way to condition it, to continually visualize yourself in that situation. And if you read the books on the people who have accomplished amazing things, this is what they all did. Whether they did it consciously or not, this is what they did. Walt Disney always said that he could see what he was going to create long before anybody else could. Wayne Gretzky told everybody, I could see the puck going into the net before I actually slap it and take my shot. Incredibly powerful. Where that came from him, I don't know. Did he create it? Maybe. But certainly the power is always the same, and it's power that you have. Take time throughout your day to run your own brain and to do things in the way that you want so that you feel the way that you want. If you're at a point where things are going and it's not going, you're not feeling how you'd like to feel, stop, take 5 minutes. This is an equivalent of meditation, and do any of these exercises. I'll do the Steve Linder story tomorrow. Another thing that you can do. Let's say you've got something in the past that you believe that you're past. You had something that went on that you feel better. But it keeps popping back up. Okay, this memory keeps popping back up. And you keep kind of reliving it, even though you feel like you've gotten past that mistake or that failure. Okay, so there's a lesson there. So your subconscious is telling you that there's a lesson that you need to learn. Okay, great. Put the lesson out on your hand in the form of a little something. Whatever your subconscious makes is the right thing, and have it tell you the lesson. And then thank it for the opportunity to learn and tell it can go away now. You've learned the lesson. Now you can go away, and I'm going to move on with my life, and I'm not going to relive this mistake anymore. These NLP ideas are wonderful ways to help reprogram your brain so that you get yourself on the path that you want to be all the time. And there are things to be constantly utilizing. It's this idea. Design your own life. Don't become part of somebody else's design. And don't let your brain run you. Run it. Tell it that you're in charge and you're the one that's going to decide how you feel on any given day at any given time, and it's not going to be the one that decides. That's the way to decide how to manage your state for the rest of your life. And as we've talked about, managing your state is the way to have a happy and fulfilled life as opposed to a life of overwhelm and where you feel like you're out of control. Good morning, DB3. Thank you very much for watching. Dolores, good morning. And Julene, good to see you. Good morning. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. We're all in this together. Let's take care of each other.